so you've not seen me today, but it's Monday. I'm in agony, I'm freezing, I'm not very well. I came home, still at my cotton, to a freezer because my dad has got the back door wide open and it's been open since about 9 o'clock and it's 11 o'clock now at night. So I came in the house and it was freezing, and I soon discovered he's had the back door open all this time, even though he knows I'm scared of being in the house and things have happened to me. He might as well just invite them round to hurt me again. So I got this. I love drinking this, but this bottle will last me about 3 days, which is really bad. But it's absolutely gorgeous. Apparently you can have it warm, but I've never tried it warm. I think it'll be nice, try me warm. I did get that tab now, but it's been in my car for like the last hour because I went somewhere before I came home. So I'm going to put that in the fridge and I'm going to make a hot drink because I'm frozen. Got one of them because the one we've got is getting low, and I got the big one last time. Yeah, got them because I've got loads of vegetarian type burgers. I'll show you in a minute. My peanut butter ran out the other day and I was absolutely mortified because I've been craving it. I think I'm going to have a slice of peanut butter toast because I need to take some painkillers. Cherry Pepsi Max, washing up liquid in winter berries, which I get, well I got it last Christmas and I've got it again now. I like custard, 3 of these sparkling spruce Sephora. One's going to go in the gift that I'm giving my mum for Christmas. I showed you the hamper. It's going to have things from cleaning products, well not too much because she won't appreciate it, because she, well to be honest I could put £1 million in the basket and she won't appreciate it. Not that ever £1 million, but she just doesn't appreciate anything. She badmouths every gift she gets off everyone. I got some organic 6 mixed sizes free range eggs. When I don't feel well I crave egg type sandwiches. Ginger, lemon, because I've got a sore throat. So let's go to the fridge. My dad's listening to me. He's turned his TV down because he's a nosy old man. And he's out of order doing what he's done. Have you seen that blowing up at the back? It's because it's out of date. So there's eggs up there, but they're out of date. I got sweet potato burgers. So this is what the burger buns are for. One today, one tomorrow. One tomorrow, one Wednesday. Unless I get really ill, then I won't want them. They're out of date, that's why they've done that. That's for what the custard's for. Because my dad got me a tin of Lidl custard yesterday and it was like water because it was so thin. Also, that's horrible. That's a bit sharp. That's not as nice as I thought it would be. That's horrible. You can see I've got the no chicken burgers as well. So that's why I got the burger buns. So I can have burgers. I only have one at a time and I love them with chips. So these are fries. The chips in. Yeah, there's the chips. Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I do have smudge makeup under my eyes, so but what is a makeup look unless it's smudged? She's just gone and got in her bed and she's tried to get on her blanket. She loves blankets, she has a thing about blankets, and her blanket's practically on the floor, but she somehow managed to squeeze part of her body on it. Really needs, like it needs sorting, and it'll be sorted before I go to bed because I know she likes to sleep in a bed well, she sleeps in numerous places. I'm talking about my dog, by the way, around the house at night time. So she will sleep in the conservatory for some of the night. So she'll open the conservatory, it's always freezing, and then the house gets cold because she's got the conservatory door open. But it's not as cold as it is right now, even though I've been home an hour. So then she'll go in her bed on her blanket and have a bit of a sleep there. Then she'll go upstairs on my dad's sofa, and in the morning she's typically down here when he gets up, or she'll just have gone up just before he gets up, basically. So yeah, I need to sort a blanket out for her. She pretty loves blankets, I don't know why. she'll probably want this one at some point. So I've not felt very well for weeks now, and it's not been to like so bad that I've needed to go to the doctors or that it's like affecting me too much. Like the thing that's affecting me is obviously my bad back and the hip pain. And I have actually started editing last week's vlog, and I don't have too much of it left. I was editing it yesterday, and I was editing it in the bath earlier. Like it's almost midnight now, so almost Tuesday, but I was editing it earlier on, and I'm hoping to finish editing it before I go to bed, because I'd like to upload it overnight, because I'm pretty sure I've got something I want to go up on Tuesday, but I can't remember what it is. Oh yeah, I know what it is. So, well, there's two things I could potentially edit and upload for tomorrow, but we'll see what I manage to do, if I manage to do any. Can't remember what I was going to say now. So yeah, I've not felt great. I got ill after I had the flu jab, like the very same night. Like even my arm is still sore where I had the flu jab, but I don't know if like I'm meant to have a sore arm all this time later. But like the same day I had the flu jab, I was in bed super early because I just couldn't stay awake. Then the same the next night, and the night after that, and then the day after that on the Monday, I started to feel really quite unwell and started to feel run down, and I was in bed before 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, can't remember what it was, and I slept for like 12 hours or something. And then for the next 3 days I got more and more unwell until like, because normally when I get sick it takes 3 days to get to its worst, and that's what was happening. And then I started to get better, and I was like okay for my birthday, but I wasn't amazing, but I had the bad back, and I'd had the bad back over a week at that point, and the bad back's continued, and I've not felt great. I've just been quite tired a lot, and I'm just struggling to get anything done, and the main reason is my bad back and nothing else. Like my bad back is so bad, and it's in my hip, and it's just very painful and uncomfortable. I'm so cold. And I went to back club last week, and she was very dismissive. She asked me a lot of very personal questions, and I was getting really stressed out about the questions she was asking me. She was asking me about medications when the only thing she needs to know is what painkiller I'm on, and I revealed something to her, and then she kept asking me more and more questions about what I'd revealed to her, and I got really stressed out, and I got a little bit upset, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure you're not meant to be asking these questions. She's like, well, you've made me curious. And I went, I don't think I'm meant to be answering all these questions. And she's like, well, I'm allowed to ask you questions. I went, yeah, but I just think they're a little bit inappropriate. I said, my doctor wouldn't ask me all these questions, not in one go. I said, and I tell my doctor everything. And she's like, why do you tell your doctor everything? I'm like, I do. She's like, well, I think that's strange. And I was just like, well, I don't think it's strange. I have a very open relationship with my doctor. I don't think it's strange. And she just like kept coming out with things, and kept like insinuating my doctor was doing something wrong, and she kept asking more and more questions. And I said, I just don't think you should be asking me these questions. It should be about my back and my hip. And eventually she stopped asking me questions, and like I had an examination, and like I had to do where I could bend, like how far forward I could bend and how far to the sides I could go. And then she did loads of things on the bed, and then she just gave me a leaflet and said, oh, I just think you need to do these exercises. And I was the only person there, because it was like a hospital room, but with the loads of curtains drawn, and I could hear everyone else getting questions. No one got any questions to the severity I got them. I even got asked my next of kin, which opened a big can of worms, really. And that's when she was like asking me tons of questions, and I left really stressed. And I talked to a few people about it, and they're like, she definitely shouldn't have been asking all those questions. And then like one of them told me off for answering. I said I didn't answer everything, but I got really stressed out, and I didn't know what to do with myself, and I've been stressed out since. It's really gotten to me, it's upset me, and like 2 or 3 people have said to me I need to tell my doctor what she was asking me, and also the fact that I was the only person struggling. Like when she come out for me, I'd seen other people go in and they got up like there was nothing wrong with them, and I struggled to get up and struggled to walk. And when I'm telling her, like, it feels like someone's ripping my back out or someone's ripping my spine out, ripping my hip out, you know, that should say to her it's a lot of pain. It's not, because she said that I'm inactive. I'm probably more inactive than most people, but surely if it's to do with inactivity, I would have had this for years. And I'm slightly more active than I've ever been, like especially around the house. I'm a little bit more active in general, except for because of this bad hip. I can't. I'm in agony every time I move in the night. I wake up. Yeah, she was so dismissive about it, and then because she was like, what test did your doctor do? I said she didn't really do anything because there wasn't time, because my appointment was about something else. And she was like, well, surely this was important. I went, yeah, it was, but also at the same time, I didn't think I would still have it a month later. I said, like I just didn't believe it would carry on all this time or get as bad as it's got or affect my life as much as it's affecting it. I said I didn't ever think that, and then my appointment was about something else. I said I didn't have time to go into detail about my back because that appointment was booked for one thing, and if I hadn't talked about it that day, you know, the next appointment would have been about it, but then something else would have cropped up. And I said things crop up all the time, and some things take months and months and months to talk about, and what I'd gone to talk about was really important, and I'd been stressed about it for 2 weeks knowing that's what the conversation was going to be about. And she thought I was out of order, not going into too much detail about my back. And then she said, I can't believe your doctor sent you without examining you. And I said, well, my doctor told me to go to back club. Well, she didn't call it back club, because there wasn't time to talk about it. And she wasn't impressed. And then she insinuated that my doctor isn't very nice, and she insinuated that my doctor's doing something wrong with me, and that she's not the first person to insinuate that, because my doctor does have a big involvement in my life, and that's my choice, and she's not breaking any laws. She's doing nothing wrong at all. You know, it's up to her how involved in people's lives she wants to get. If I want her involved and she doesn't want to get involved, she's not going to get involved. I'm not making my doctor be involved in my life in the way that she's involved. If she feels the need to, and obviously I'm letting her, then it's up to her if she has any kind of involvement in my life. Every doctor has that option. If a patient needs someone in their life helping them the way that my doctor helps me, then it's up to that doctor and it's up to the patient, because obviously it's a two-way thing. And if I didn't want her to be part of my life the way she is, then she wouldn't be. And obviously it's up to her as well. And just because my situation isn't a normal situation, it doesn't mean that things are wrong. It just means it isn't normal. It doesn't happen all the time. But my doctor is not breaking any laws or anything like that. And like when someone on Instagram insinuated it before, called Little Homebird, you know, it made me very unwell. Her accusations about my doctor, and it tipped me over the edge, and I ended up at the doctor's the next day because of what that actually did to me. I'd had days of abuse from all that lot anyway, House of Ashes and everyone else, and like House of Ashes lying to the police. I mean, you know, thank God the police know me as well as they do, because she was trying to get them to come to my house and knock on my door, knowing that I don't have anyone knocking on the door and it'd be detrimental towards my mental health. Yet she tells everyone she wants to help people, yet she went out of her way to try and get the police here, but the police were like, no, we're not going there. I'm lucky that I let the police get to know me, or that they got to know me the way they did, because it went to the person that knows me really well. They knew what was going on for months. They have access to all these accounts. They know about my YouTube, they know about my Instagram, they know everything. I don't keep any of this secret from the police, and that's why, you know, I did have to put my profile on private a couple of times, but because obviously I'm being advised to have it open so people can see what's happening and who I'm talking to, I was constantly putting it back on. public, even though I didn't want it on public a lot of the time. It was also, don't let these people win kind of thing, and that's what everyone was saying to me. And you know, I never went on and never named names. I've kind of said names on here a little bit, but not really, because you know, I don't particularly want to give them the time of day, and talking about them in detail on here was giving them the time of day and letting them affect me more than they're doing. And you know, they've affected me massively, they really have. But I just don't come on here and talk in too much detail about it, because I do keep a lot of my life away from the internet. There's a lot of things you don't know about me and my life and what goes on and what doesn't go on, and you know, I don't need to put my internet I don't need to put my internet life on the internet. I just don't need to put anything on here, and I do pick and choose what I go on here. Like when I'm upset, more tends to come on here than I would put on if I weren't upset. But you know, if I'm editing, I try and edit when I'm not too upset, because when I'm too upset, I just don't think to take a lot of stuff out, or I have edited things and then I've gone back and took more out just before I've uploaded it. But yeah, like people like insinuating my doctor's doing something wrong. They're either jealous, which in the case of her from House of Ashes clearly was, because every time I said something about my doctor, she tried to go one better. Problem is, my doctor is able to speak to other people's doctors and find out the truth, because doctors are allowed to ring other people's doctors. Because if people are saying stuff about the doctors and other doctors think it's not true and that, you know, this person's very mentally unwell, then other doctors are able to contact other people's doctors and speak in private to them. But yeah, my doctor's doing nothing wrong, and if people want to be jealous, or a lot of the time it is jealousy. I mean, a lot of what went on, like, she was jealous of me, the House of Ashes woman. It was jealousy. I know I'm popular and I don't have to pretend to want to help people or pretend to be nice. It's like, I unfollowed her and the next day she sent this big message saying that she didn't want to be my friend anymore and posted it on her stories. Now, only someone who wants attention would do that, because she wanted attention. She wanted people to ask her what's wrong and say, oh, I hope you're okay, because she wasn't getting the attention, and she was having these daily meltdowns because she wasn't getting as much attention as she thought she should have, and she was trying to help people, but she just made me very unwell, and everyone could see what was happening except for me at the beginning. And then I did start to see it, because she would say things or she would do things, and there was a lot of stuff going on that definitely shouldn't have been going on. Like, I was pulling away and she knew I was pulling away, and I was still trying to be nice to her because I felt guilty about walking away from a friendship, but it wasn't a real friendship. It was all one-sided. I was more of her friend than she was ever to me. She just used me in so many different ways. Like, I unfollowed her because I had like a problem, and I had a suspected heart attack, and she was talking to me, and you know, everyone's seen the messages, and she was like, oh, it's nothing wrong with you, just upset. And I knew there was something wrong with me, and I was like, I know there's something wrong, but I'm just gonna bury my head in the sand because that's what I do, and that's what I was saying to her. But I knew, and I know there's something wrong with me, and luckily for me, I did a doctor's appointment the next morning, because if I hadn't have done, because she was telling me there was nothing wrong with me, and she was like playing into what I was saying, because I was like, oh no, I'll be fine, I'm just gonna like pretend everything's okay, just like I always do. And she was like, oh, there's nothing wrong with you and all that. So the next day, my doctor took it very seriously, and I was sent for an urgent ECG. And my ex-friend was like, I don't understand what that means. And she was always that person who knew everything about everything. Do you know, that type of person that lets people think that? And you know, the fact that she didn't know what it meant and never said, oh, I hope you're okay, I hope everything works out okay. When she didn't care, I was just like, do you know what? The friendship's over, because it's not a friendship. She only wants to know when I'm promoting her business and like bowing down and worshipping her, and I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not having her making me feel down about myself and other things and you know, a real friend would be like, oh God, I hope you're okay, and they'd check on you, but she didn't. And then I deleted her, and then all of a sudden, I don't want to be your friend anymore. And then lied to the police, lied to everyone. Like, I know what she's been saying, I know what they've all been saying, because one of them is actually telling me. So one of them's a little mole. I know who's saying what, and it's all lies. And if they need to lie and act the victim all the time to get attention or get more sales or whatever it is they want, sales and attention, then that's what they're gonna do. And I'm not gonna worry myself about it anymore, because the police know, my solicitor knows, my doctor knows, she believes in me and she likes me as a person. So yeah. Anyway, it was like really upsetting about like what had happened at Bat Club. I keep sound. Sometimes I feel like it sounds like I'm saying Bat Club. I've not been to Bat Club. But yeah, my back's just. I just don't know. Like I'm. Do you know what? I've got a temperature. Anyway, fast forward. I didn't film at weekend because I've been quite down. There's like a week every month where I'm more down than any other time, and it's not when I'm on. It's before, and it's horrible. There's like 3 or 4 days where I just don't want to live anymore, and it's draining, and like I'm not online as much. I don't want to film, I don't want to do anything. That's reality. And then last night, oh God, I didn't feel well all day yesterday. On Sunday I just felt absolutely horrendous, felt like I was going to be sick, and I felt like that for the last couple of weeks. I've been super nauseous, and I don't know why. I don't know what's going on in my body. I just don't know. And like last time I was at my doctor's, I was a nervous wreck, and I had things I needed to talk to her about, and she's like, what do you want to talk about? I was like, there's loads I need to talk about, but I'm really nervous. So then she had to calm me down. Then we had conversations about things that were nothing to do with my health, because I was just this nervous wreck. And obviously she's not going to push me to talk about things when I'm a nervous wreck, is she? She's not cruel, she's not a horrible doctor. She's not going to push me when I'm struggling. And I'm like this, and this is why I was talking about my fake friendship and all those small businesses, especially, you know, the evil one of them all, who just lied and lied and lied and lied and lied and made herself out to be a victim, and had people bullying me and stalking me and hounding me online. And I almost took my life because of her and what she was doing. And you know, people have said that only someone who's very unwell would act the way she acted, but the fact that she's doing it, and she's done it to other people, not to this extent, but if you're making poor products, maybe you should go back and learn how to make them properly. That's all I can say. Not send them out and then lie about someone when they've put a claim in. I lost out big time on that claim, but in the end it was just the principle of the fact that I had dodgy goods arrive, and she blamed everyone but herself, and she's still selling dodgy goods, because I've seen pictures. But yeah, like, I just couldn't talk about a lot of the things. Like, I've got a massive list of things that are wrong with me. So yeah, last night I was like, oh God, I can't stay up anymore. I felt like I was gonna be sick everywhere. Felt absolutely exhausted, and I'd washed my bedding. I was like, oh my God, I've got to put my bedding on. And then, like, I'm happy as long as I can put my sheet on and a pillowcase on, because I've not had a duvet cover on in weeks. And I'd washed it, ready to go back on, but it was still in the dryer. So I went upstairs, and when I got to the top of the 2 sets of stairs, I was like, oh my God, I don't feel very well. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Thought I was going to fall over. Like, I kept, like, losing my balance, and I just wanted to cry. And I was, like, walking around my bed trying to put the sheet on, and I got in bed and I just passed out for about 2 hours. Woke up, came downstairs, stupidly came downstairs, because I knew I'd have to let my dog out because my dad won't do it. Let her out, and then ate some food, and then I sat and watched I'm a Celebrity, because I'd recorded it. Because there's only one reason I'm watching it, because let's be honest, they're not celebrities, they're the Z-list at the most of them. Some I've not heard of. That's it. And I think we all know who I'm watching it for, Caitlyn Jenner, because I'm fascinated by her. And you know, obviously the budget were blown on her because the other people probably doing it for a couple of grand, let's face it. And obviously they're doing it too because obviously when they come out the jungle they do get more work. But yeah, I am very, very fascinated by her, and I was cringing when Jacqueline Jossa was fangirling over, because if you're gonna fangirl, you don't buddy say, "Oh God, you don't understand what a big deal it is." Oh, they'll be in the WhatsApp group, and you don't do that because it's embarrassing. Like, you know, you just don't say it to someone's face like that. You just secretly inside think, "Oh my God," but you keep your cool. You don't just go kissing her ass, because that's what she was doing. But yeah, there's obviously 2 more gonna go in. But that's why, and I watched it, and because I've not watched I'm a Celebrity for years. I can't remember the last time I watched it. Honestly, don't know. I remember that year when Tony Blackburn was in and he was talking to the logs. Is he still alive? I remember that. I remember when Jordan and Peter Andre, I'm not a fan of either, were in. What else? I've not honestly not watched it in years because I don't really watch TV. I watched 2 things. I'm behind on those 2 things, and that's kind of really it. So I don't know why I've got these big Sky packages, because I don't watch my TV. I wish I watched more TV because I don't do much. I'm just stressed out and anxious a lot. But yeah, went back to bed and I just kept waking up, but it's because every time I move it hurts a lot. I had to sleep with the window wide open. I had next to nothing on. I think I had a vest top on, and I had like most of my body out, but I try and keep the duvet across my back because I have my back to the window quite a lot, because obviously my right side, my hip on the right side is the worst. So I tried to keep my back covered. And then about 7 o'clock, I put my electric blanket on and got more under the cover, but I still had the window open. Got up about 12ish, didn't come downstairs for a couple of hours, came down, I was like, I'm in pain, I don't know what to do. I knew I needed to go out today because I'm not getting any better, I'm getting worse. I've got like a headache, I ache all over like I've run a marathon. I've got, do you know when you get that cold headache and it's all headachy, you know? I've got that, I've got a bit of a sore throat. I just don't feel good, I'm very tired. So I was in the bath ages, and you know, I didn't get out of the house till 10 to 9. But I was determined to get out, but then I did a heavy makeup look. I just kept putting more, like it's not heavy, like this would be okay for every day except for that brow. My brow's a little bit too big, but I just kept doing it. And I think because I was anxious about going out and I didn't feel well, like I was literally in my bedroom sweating, and it was -1 outside, and I didn't even know it was -1. I thought, oh God, it might be quite warm outside. Didn't have a clue, and I looked and it was like -1 at that point, and I'm like, and I was pouring in sweat in my bedroom doing my makeup. Didn't have this on, I had like a t-shirt on because I don't put my clothes on until just before I'm going out. So I was like, this is not good. I don't need a coat. I put a coat on, but I was sweating. So I've got my Shane Dawson palette on, and this is the look I've been going for. So I've got my pills on all the way up to about there. Then I've got Pygmy on, which you can see it's the pink. Then I've got Tannic on, and I can remember the name of my favourite shade. It's called Just a Fury, and I've got a tiny bit on there. Got eyeliner, and I've got my new mascara, which is the Push Up Drama mascara by Maybelline, and it is amazing. And then I've got the Rimmel foundation. I can't remember what it's called, but it was in my makeup bag the other week, and I was like, I'm taking it out, and I put it on with my fingers, and I regretted it because I ended up with it all over my hands. That is actually mascara smudge. I got, yeah. So I'm loving this makeup look at the moment. I keep doing it. I do it all on one brush, and it's working for me. Yeah, I went out, my car was frozen. Well, at first I couldn't get out the front door because the door handle broke a couple of weeks ago. Apparently it's getting fixed tomorrow, but it should have got fixed weeks ago, but that's my dad for you. You know, he could have got someone to come and do it weeks ago, but no, makes me get stuck in the house. So he walked around and opened the front door for me, basically. So I went out and I'm outside defrosting my candle, like my hands are cold. So I was like, I brought gloves the other week, so I came in, found them, went out, eventually went, and I came back 2 hours later because I went somewhere afterwards. And I walked in and I was cold from being out. I was really cold, my legs were freezing. And I thought, well, I'm going to walk in the house, even if the heating's not on, it's going to be really warm. And I walked in and it was colder in the house than it was outside, and I couldn't work it out. And I'm like, why is it this cold? I don't understand, the heating's on. It's never this cold even when it's -5 outside. What's going on? So I put my bags in the kitchen and I walked in here. The conservatory light was on and I thought, he's left the back door open. But when I'd come back in earlier, the back door was shut. So he must have let the dog out at some point, and he does this all the time when he lets the dog out. Instead of waiting the 10 seconds she's going to be, because trust me, in this weather, she isn't going to be out there longer than 10 seconds. Even if she is, I don't stand with the back door open, I shut it and stand there while she's doing what she's doing. But what he does is, he walks off and goes upstairs and leaves the back door wide open. So when I've been attacked in the past, it's because he's left the back door open, and he's always told me not to tell anyone that's what was going on. But I'm sick of him doing it. Like, he really lets her out, but when he does that. Like, I'll be out the house and he, like if I go to the doctor's in the morning and he's still here, he'll let her out the back and then he'll go out. And the back door's wide open. I'll come home like 2 hours later and I'm like, the back door's been open, what time did you leave? Or normally, so he can't lie to me and tell me he's just left, because that's what he does, I'll say, oh, what time did you go? And he's like, oh, not long after you. And then I find out, like, he's had the door open for 2 hours and anyone could have come in. So then he's like, oh, just walk around the house and check. Then I've got to check there's no one in the house, but obviously if I stumble across someone and they've come in to attack me, obviously they're going to attack me. So I weren't happy and I was freezing. I was literally shivering, and I texted him, and he knew I was going to text him because he knew the back door was open, because he'd actually shut his living room door, and that door is never shut. None of the doors are shut in this house because there's a little fluffy white dog that likes all the doors open. The only door that ever gets shut is my living room door and sometimes my bedroom door. But if she wants to come in, she normally makes it me very much aware that she wants to come in. But all the doors in the house are typically open because she bloody does my head in and has them open. Like, when I go to bed, she'll open that conservatory door and the house will become a freezer. So it's still cold now, and I've been home an hour and 20 and I'm freezing. I'm sat here really, really cold, except for what, here upwards. My legs are cold, I'm frozen because I was outside. I was in my car, I was somewhere else where there was no heating, and the house is freezing. And he went, oh, I'm an idiot. He knew it was open because I heard he'd shut that door, because he was like, I'm not walking down those stairs and shutting it, she'll come home and shut it. I've just had enough of him. So I have had some hot honey, lemon and ginger, because when I went to the shop I got some fresh ginger and fresh lemons, and that's what I made because that's what I wanted. I've had Pepsi Max Cherry. I have got Dr Pepper in the freezer for the last hour, so I might need to go and get that out, but that's where we're up to. I don't feel very well. I feel like I'm not going to get worse until when my doctor's not there, because she's in tomorrow but then she's not back in till Friday. So watch me wake up tomorrow and not feel too ill till about 4 o'clock, you know, just about an hour before she leaves for the day. Then I'll probably ring Wednesday and it's Dr Musa, who I'm not a big fan of because he doesn't listen to me and he thinks he knows it all. So I won't ring till Friday, basically. So I could be severely unwell Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Oh my God, that's a long time. So body, if you're going to get sick, please get sick by about 10 AM. Then I can see my doctor. Thank you. So I'm going to leave it here because I've literally done nearly half a vlog. But Oh God. I didn't mean to film for this long. My cute girl's just lifted her head up. Oh, she's put it back down. So I am so cold. I'm not happy that the house is still freezing an hour later. I literally kept my coat on for about 15 minutes because it was just... Oh God. You can't see, but I'm not actually... Oh my God. Not stood up properly. I'm kind of really low down. Oh my God. Oh, that's burning my bum. I'm sat on the radiator and it's burning. So the radiator's really hot, but because the house had the door open for 2 hours. Oh God, I'm so cold. So I'm gonna go upstairs and I'm gonna get changed because I've got, oh, you can't see what I've got on. I've got this jumper on and my jeans that used to be black but are now grey, and black boots because it's frosty outside and I couldn't wear trainers. I know this isn't the flat. It's so cold. It is really cold in this house. And I know it'll be cold anyway because of the weather, but it wouldn't be this cold if someone didn't have the door open for 2 hours. And he shut his living room door and he shut himself in there because he knew, because I heard him open it for the dog because he's like, hold on, I'll open the door for you. So I knew he knew about it all that time and hadn't done anything about it. I will hopefully catch you up at some point in the week. I don't want to film too much. I'm going to go and get changed. 3 bottles of Sephora, but then again, you would have seen that. There is my little cutie boy. Hello, YouTube. Yes. What time is it? Is it about 4:30? And you're just getting up. Dude, look at me. Ah, lovely. You buggerogs. It's 4:30, everyone, and I'm just going downstairs for the first time because I don't feel very well. Don't push me down the stairs, Dave. You're pushing me down then. Oh God, I don't feel very well. I don't feel entirely much worse than yesterday, but hello. My lights have been on all night, so the batteries have gone, haven't they? I don't care. I don't really care. Yeah. But they've basically been on all night. Still up at 4. Tidy drawer. Messy dog. Yeah, I've only just changed the batteries as well, but as you can see, you can barely see them. Is it picking them up? They're definitely on. The battery pack's a bit of a nightmare. Oh God, I feel like crap. I've not had anything to eat or drink since I had, oh God, I had egg and toast soldiers at 2 in the morning. Actually, I think it was 3. That was the last time I had any food. I've got soups. What dates? 29th, 27th, 17th. That's gone off. It's like the 19th. I was thinking as soon as I got up to cook, I feel really nauseous, this with some chips. Says 15 to 20 minutes and the fries take around that. Because I got burger buns, so I thought I might as well, because it's going up for 5, I might as well just do like a meal. But because obviously, oh God, that needs to wash, but it's not getting one. Like, I'm not well, obviously, because I wouldn't, like I woke up and it was 2:20. Because I thought, oh God, I bet it's about 9. Oh, actually, I thought it was later than 9, I'll be honest. I've just brought the unopened one. I knew it was later than 9 or whatever time I thought it was. I thought like maybe 11 to 12, that's what I had in my head, if I'm being really honest. And then I kind of didn't do that very well. Looked at my phone and I was like, oh my god. And I'm sure it was either 10 past or 20 past 2. I was like, well, I must have needed the sleep because I woke up once or twice, but I've basically been asleep the whole time. So I clearly needed the sleep. And I'm not putting myself on camera because I definitely feel quite rough. I think that having a drink for over 12 hours is probably not helping. So I don't even feel hungry. But I obviously need to sleep. Not sleep. Oh my god, yeah. Sleep. Do you know what? I reckon I could easily go back to bed and fall asleep. Because I do feel tired. I'm going to have a slice of toast. Hi everyone. I think that's the most you'll see me. So I'm going to have a slice of toast so I can take like tablets. I decided this like 2 hours ago, or well maybe not quite 2 hours ago, but I decided this quite a while ago that I would definitely be coming downstairs and getting a slice of toast to take all of my tablets with. And then obviously when my food's cooked, even though I don't feel hungry, I think I'm going to start taking these a day. I'm going to start taking these today, I think. I couldn't decide if I was going to... There's some medication I take half of the month and I don't take the other half of the month. I'm meant to only take it half the month, that's why. And I couldn't decide if I was meant to start it today or tomorrow. So I'm going to start it today but have 2 doses because obviously it's like 4:30. So if I take 2 doses today, that's what I'm going to do. So yeah, I just decided to get up and just not be on camera and just take tablets with some toast. So I'm going to get all my tablets out before I make my toast because I like really hot toast if it's going to be peanut butter, which I think it will be. But for some reason I don't feel super hungry. I don't know what bread I'm using. It is the Tesco wholemeal farmhouse. I thought it was full size but half a roll, but it's actually the smaller sizes, but it doesn't particularly matter. It's not massively smaller. I mean, I've got no comparison to do a comparison for you, but there's 12 slices. 85 calories a slice. Hello, beautiful. You coming in? So it's just turned 10 o'clock at night and I've walked in about 5 minutes ago. I'm going to show you what I got from Tesco. It should have been like nearly £40, but I got £5 off because I got vitamins and it's 3 for 2. I'll show you the vitamins. So I've got this to have now, but it's not actually cold, even though it came out the chilled section. I think they just stacked the shelves, so I've only had 2 drinks today. So let's get that in there. I picked up this Theraglobin liquid because I didn't know what to get as my third item and I didn't want 3 boxes of vitamins, which in hindsight I should have got because it would take me through to middle of December, middle of February. That would have been handy. But I spotted this, and because I've got like a fluey bug thing at the moment, I liked the sound of contribute to reduction of tiredness and fatigue. So I'm hoping it's 2 teaspoons a day. I'm probably only gonna get one now because it's like 10 o'clock at night. But we'll see if this works. Hopefully it does. Why do children get the same as an adult? I get 1 teaspoon twice a day. They get 1 to 2 times a day. Hardly fair, but this is what it looks like if you're looking for it, and it's £5, but that was my free item. So I've got the Fibre One milk chocolate popcorn bars. They are better than than the other stuff that I've got on offer for £1. They were like 47p. They look yummy, but they're probably full of sugar. Oh god, look at that. Oh well, I'm sick. That's my excuse. Wholemeal Farmhouse. It's a smaller loaf. It's not full slices. Them, because they've nearly run out. Extreme with chocolate swirls. I had these the other week and they're really good, and they're only £1. I love the look of this ibuprofen, and they're only 47p. So paracetamol. And these are the ones that I've been having for years. And what used to happen, I've talked about this in a vlog before, I would have them for about 8 days, then I'd forget about them for about 3 weeks, then I'd have them for 3 or 4 days, then I'd forget about them for a few more weeks, then I'd have them for a couple of days, and I'd forget about them. But for at least the last 18 months, except for the last 2 months, I managed to take one probably every single day. And that's the longest I've ever managed to do it for. But I think it also helps that I'm on daily medication, so it's just another one to take. But I've not had any for a good 6 weeks. So luckily they're on 3 for 2, and in hindsight I would have got 3 boxes, but I need something to help with how I'm feeling at the moment, so I would have one of these as well before bed. I'm going to have that next. I wonder if I can put it in the fridge. Store outside of children, I don't think so, and it reckons it tastes nice. We'll soon see. 2 bottles of cherry Pepsi Max, but I'm not opening one tonight. But then again, I've been up all night recently anyway, so it won't make any difference. I had these months ago, if you remember, if you watched me for that long, and they used to be either £3.50 or £4, and I always said they'd be better priced at £3, and they're actually £3 now. The only thing I don't like about them is they've got aubergine on, which never cooks properly. It always just feels a bit damp, so I always take the aubergine off, but that's going in the oven right away. It's not bad calorie wise, it's 207. The fat is 18% of your daily allowance, and the salt's quite high, but if you eat normally healthy, that wouldn't be a problem. And this was what I was going to originally have, but I might still have as well, because all I've had today is a cereal. And if you think I'm talking quietly, it's because my dad's home, so that is why. I feel so ill. Right, I'm going to get the pizza in. Little sweeter. You are beautiful. Everyone, this is my beautiful little girl. She looks so gorgeous. Oh yeah. I love you. Love you, Chunk. Oh, this little girl. Oh, she's beautiful. Oh, she's beautiful. Oh, kiss. You're a good girl. Don't wake him up. Good girl, yeah. Right. I wanted to stay quiet, but she won't.
Look at those delicious almonds and dark chocolate with a touch of sea salt.
So that's not the real time. I've still not put a body battery in. And it's amazing how many times I actually look at it when I'm getting ready, but because it's been like that since September time, I don't look at it as much now. I feel like I look at it in the morning, but other than that I don't really look at it. But up until a couple of weeks ago I was looking at it a lot, and I'm like, God, I really must have relied on that clock. So it'll probably, when I put the battery back in, I probably won't even look at it. So let's do a mini update. I'm holding this with my left arm, and my left arm is in uncomfortable position. It's a bit shaky, that's why. But it's easier than holding it with my right hand. So I can't remember when I last filmed. If I filmed on Tuesday, I did go out on Wednesday. I did pop to the shop. It was about 8:30, or I think I left my house at 8:10. And then I sat on the car park for ages, and I did about 60 or 70 Insta stories, and then I went in and I went to the toilet. I hate public toilets, I'm not a fan of them. But I went in Tesco, and I've not been in there for so long. They've actually done up the toilets. It's all grey now. The doors are grey, they've moved where the toilet roll goes. And I came out, and there was this girl, and she was like proper stirring me out. And I went in the shop, and as I was like not long in the shop, like 20 seconds, there was this man acting really suspicious. And like, he was near the flower section, and he kept looking up towards the door, and then he kind of walked into the shop a bit, and then I just went into the clothes section because there's stuff that I want but I can't really afford. But I was looking at the slippers mainly because I will be getting a pair for my mum for Christmas, and I want a pair as well, but I'll probably end up getting them for myself. And there's a few like other bits I want in there, but as I was like stood there, there was this bloke, and I think it was the same bloke. He was just like, "You're not allowed to do this, you're not allowed to go through my pockets. I've done nothing wrong, I'm just walking through the shop." But about 10 seconds before, someone went running down, and they ran back up, and I kind of looked round, and there were like two security guys with this, who I saw, that man who I saw originally. And he's like, "I'm not shoplifting, I'm just in here walking around doing nothing." And I didn't like want to really stir, because I don't want to get caught up in people's drama. So I just like walked around a little bit more, and then started walking down the shop. And the girl that was in the toilet who like stared at me, come rushing past me up to another man and said, "He's just been caught." And the man that she said it to was like, "Oh shit, what do we do?" She's like, "Oh, I don't know, just walk through the shop." So they walked off, and I'm just like thinking, do I go and tell the security what they were just saying? Because obviously she was shoplifting, and I think the other person in the toilet, in the other cubicle, because there was nothing going on in the other cubicle, I think she was taking stuff out to whoever was in that cubicle. So I was just like in the Christmas section looking at Christmas cards, which I weren't buying. And I did buy a Christmas item. I got this Merry Christmas plaque that's like cut out letters, and it's absolutely gorgeous. It was £3.50. It's on my TV, but I don't remember to show you in this vlog. I'll show you in the next one definitely. And they walked past me, and then they walked past me again. Then I went into like the toiletry section, and I think I got some cotton wool pads. Then I went and got vitamins. I've gone back on to my multivitamins, because I took them for like 18 months, and then the last 2 months I think I just ran out, and money's not always been that great at the moment. There's some weeks where like I just can't really afford to get them. Actually, I've just found it in my pocket because I forgot to take today's. It won't focus, but I've been walking around with it in my pocket all day basically, so I need to take that when I'm downstairs. So I think I showed you in the food haul anyway, I did get the 3 for 2 and I got that liquid. I think that's what Buddy kept me awake till 6 this morning, because at 3 this morning I suddenly got this burst of energy, and I think it's from that liquid. I've had one lot of it today. I'm going to have another lot when I go downstairs in a couple of minutes, because I've got some in the oven. I've got some blueberry and cherry desserts, as you may be able to tell. If I keep that clip in, my dad's snoring away in his living room, so I won't be telling him there's a dessert. I'll just leave it for him and he can have it tomorrow. So yeah, I've had to go back on my vitamins because I feel like I've got a bit of a flu virus thing going on. My legs for the last 2 days, well, they've been achy for weeks, but the last 2 days they're absolutely killing me. They're so exhausted. I feel all run down and fluey. I have a bit of a headache, a bit of a sore throat, and I'm very tired. So I feel like I do have a bit of a flu bug. And to be honest, I shouldn't complain, because when I do get flu, it's horrendous. And like, people think when you get the flu jab, it gets rid of the flu or stops you from having it. No, it just stops you from getting it as intense as it would be. But I'm not even joking, every time that I've had a cold or flu, because obviously it's a flu jab, it's really bad. So I'd hate to see how bad it would be if I hadn't had the flu jab. So this mild version I've got, I really shouldn't complain. But I just feel like rubbish. I feel really tired. I've had to stop myself from going back to bed today, because if I go to bed in the day, I don't sleep at night, and I don't want to be up till 6 in the morning, because then I'm not getting up till 2, but I've got the doctors tomorrow afternoon, and I like to, if I know I've got an appointment and it's not an emergency appointment, I like to relax and chill out beforehand, because I find it very difficult to go to my doctors. And I know you're all like, well, you get on really well with your doctor, you have a close relationship with your doctor. Yes, I do, but I have anxiety, and ever since that online stuff, a lot of the time when I go to see her, especially when it first happened and recently, I've been a nervous wreck. So I like to get up and I like to go downstairs and have a coffee and something to eat, and then I like to clean the bath, and then I run the bath, and sometimes I'll get on with or sometimes I'll clean the bath on the way down and run it super hot. So I'll probably do that, and then I'll probably like do a few things, and then I'll get in the bath, and I like to have a 30 to 40 minute bath, and then I come up here and put my phone on charge, and then I get in the shower and wash my hair. Then I like to go and get something to snack on, and then I get a drink, and I come up and I just start getting ready. And then I like to leave half an hour before, but the last couple of times I've been rushing out of here 20 minutes before and getting there around just about on time. I'm not late, I'm just on time. So that's typically what I want to do. But if I fall asleep at 6 o'clock in the morning, I don't want to get up later than 11, to be honest, even though I don't need to leave here till about 3:15. Because I know when I get up at the moment, I'm on a bit of a go slow. I'll be really honest, my back has literally improved by 50% in the last 2 days. So I'm a little bit annoyed about this. One being the fact that for 5 weeks I've barely been able to move. I've been in agony, I've been crying in pain. I've been really frustrated and upset by the fact that I can barely move, and when I do move, the pain is just horrific. I feel like I was just totally ignored by the physio, literally. And this might be a bit TMI, you might not want to listen to this. Literally, a week before I'm due on, I get a bit of a bad back, and it gets worse as the week goes on. And then when it starts, my bad back literally disappears within a day. So that's what happened last month. It was a week before when my bad back started, and 3 days into the bad back, it got so bad that even the slightest movement, it felt like someone was ripping my spine out. And I thought, and this is the real reason why I didn't go to the back clinic on the Monday, because I thought I'm due on around the Wednesday, it's gonna go. And it didn't. It actually got worse when my period started, or when it started. In fact, yeah, it wasn't the normal one that I normally have. And I don't know if this has anything to do with this, but then obviously I'm due again, and my hip actually got worse a week before, but my back didn't. My back has actually got a little bit better over this time. I'd say my back had probably improved about 40%. It's still very tender, certain movements kill, but it did improve. But my hip really hasn't, and it got really bad. I've been in tears, I've been frustrated, I've barely moved in my house as a tip. It looks like someone's come in and just thrown stuff everywhere. I can't do anything because I'm in pain, every movement hurts. And then yesterday I was very exhausted with this flu thing, and my back was killing, and I knew I was leaving the house, so I got in the bath for about 20 minutes, and my back eased up a lot. Not at first, I didn't notice, but after I'd been stood up a while and I was getting ready, it eased up a lot, and I was getting stuff done last night even though my back was aching. And then the time of the month made an appearance at like 2 in the morning. Only like just, if you're a woman you'll know what I mean. And then this morning it had fully started, and my hip pain had reduced by about 40 to 50%. And my bad back's down to about 30-40% out of 100, like, so it's got better about 50-60%. All because the time of the month has happened or started, and I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Well, it's obviously related, because I actually told the physio what had happened, and I'm like, I'm convinced it's to do with that because I get this every month, but I don't get it even like 10% of what it is, because of the pain I was in. I don't think I've ever had in my life, I'll be honest. And I think it's all connected to that. So I don't know why or how or what's going on to make it less painful this month. But obviously, like, it started and the pain has improved. I'm still in a lot of pain. The centre of my back is absolute agony. Certain movements feel like my spine's being ripped out. My hip is still quite bad, but compared to what it was, it's livable. I'm still like, I can't really do too much, but I can do a lot more than I did. And I'm not in agony with every tiny movement. I'm still in agony doing certain movements, but I think it's all connected, and I don't know what's going on. There's obviously something going on, but I was right with when I said to her I think it's to do with the time of the month, because the bad back started as per usual. It just got absolute agony. Can I leave the cuties on the floor? Yeah, is that what you want? So yeah, I bloody do. I don't need cute. These are little cuties. Can I have it? Cheeky girl. Oh, cheekies. You're cheeky. Yeah. You know, want your wet paws. You go. My babes. So, I mean, my frozen food is no longer that frozen, but we'll get it in the freezer. This is my Aldi shopping, which cost me around £68. So I picked 2 makeup items up. I would have got a lot more. They had all sorts of skincare in. They had a face cream that I really wanted to try. They had a face mask. They had a loose powder and all sorts of other things that I would have liked. but the money situation wouldn't allow it. But if I go back and I have an extra £3, £4 or £5, because one of the items were free, one was 4, one was 5, whatever I've got left, I will buy one of the items. So it might be a skincare item or it might be makeup. So I got this larger than life mascara, which I think is a dupe of the Real mascara by Benefit, which I actually have and use, even though it's not the same brush. So I don't know if it's that it's a take on, or is it a take on of the Roller Lash. But no, that's not, that's a totally different brush. But I think that's what it's a take on of the Real. This was £5.99 and the Real is it £17.50 or £18.50 or £19.50? Or was it £22? Actually, it's £22. I've got it upstairs. Then I picked this up, this Lacura liquid highlighter in Halo. There are 2 other shades, and I just got this one. And this was £5.99 as well. I don't always do too great with liquid highlighters. I have a couple, but it basically looks like I've got glitter on my face. So we'll see how I get on with that. I probably could have got something different instead of that, but I wanted it. Then I picked up this sparkling amaretto with the taste of cherry and almonds. It sounds yummy. The bottle's gorgeous. It's very low ABV. And I think it was £2.99. Then I've seen these the last few weeks, so I picked them up today. May's Kitchen, the vegetarian choice, even though they're vegan as well. 2 superfood burgers with butternut squash, giant couscous, quinoa and red pepper. They were like £1.40 for 2 and they desperately need to go in the freezer. I picked up these 2 halloumi burgers. Oh god, they're really bad. Do you know what? I've just eaten, what they're called, chicken nuggets. I don't think I can eat anything else. Obviously I'm not going to cook them now. It's like, I'm not going to cook it now. I got some British baby potatoes, some tender stem broccoli, carrot peas and super sweet corn, 4 packs. You put them in the microwave. I used to get the bird's eye ones years ago and they're absolutely gorgeous, so I've got them again and they're probably defrosted. Some beef dripping chips, this casserole, vegetables for my dad because he's lazy. Oh, like today just made a sandwich. I just gave him nuggets because I got the share box. Oh god, I couldn't eat it. British steak and Slater's ale puff pastry top pie, a medium chicken breast fillet pack for my dad, 3 Diet Cokes, some hand warmers, paracetamol, a 33 pack of ribbon and bowls. I think there's 3 lots of ribbon, so that means there's 30 bowls. I love that it's pink, silver and white. There's a paracetamol. These are my dad's soups, so I've got him mushroom and rice soup, minestrone, festive turkey and vegetable sellotape. Ginger wine, which apparently isn't wine. From what I can remember someone telling me, I think it's some kind of beer. I got it because it was £1.99 and I'm intrigued. Not that I'm going to be drinking it anytime soon. Beans, they're for my dad. Bag of carrots, tomato puree, Osma bin liner. Never tried Aldi's bin liners. This is the candle that I was talking about. If you look on White Company, you will see a very similar one. They did have the berry version, but you can hardly smell it, so this is for me. I used to get the Tesco ones. I've had the Marks and Spencer ones, I've had the Asda ones, and the Tesco ones are the best. So when I spotted these when I was looking for some biscuits, I got them ×2, but the box isn't for me. Kinder Buenos. So I normally get Tesco custard, I normally get the light version, the low fat one, and it's 70p for the same size, and this was 44. And it's almost identical, except for it doesn't say whatever brand it is. Oh, Tesco's own brand. Oh, this is a dupe of the Ambrosia, isn't it? But I always get Tesco own. I had Lidl custard last week and it was like water, so I'm intrigued to see what that one's like. The best disposable razors and they're like £1.19. A hand packet, yay! There was a few left by the door, and I literally mean only a few. This is for my dad's presents. Don't know what I'm getting him, but I've actually got him one thing on the floor. I'll show you in a minute, and it wouldn't fit in this. But I'm hoping all these other presents fit in. There's going to be like 2 books, a DVD, toiletries, probably aftershave. He's actually just been downstairs and he sat next to me and he stank, and I said, "Do you really stink?" He's like, "Oh, it's my dressing gown. I'll wash it tomorrow." And I'm like, "You've been saying you're washing that for the past 3 months. It stinks." Like, And then after he left, it still stinks in there. In fact, I can still smell the smell, so that's how bad it is. And he's wearing it on top of his clothes, and then he'll wear the clothes the next day. So all I can smell is that horrible smell. It didn't even touch me and I can smell it. And some minstrels and 2 apple crumbles. They didn't have my favourite dessert. Christmas present number 1 for my dad, a support pillow with memory foam. £9. It's definitely something different. This pillow has a memory foam wrap and soft polyester filling to help support your head and neck and to provide ultimate comfort. My dad's not had a new bed for 20 years. I remember when he got a bed last, because I got one at the same time, and I've had several since, because I had a single one back then because of how young I was. Obviously it's probably worn out and knackered, and he's always saying he's got a bad back or a bad neck, so every now and then I do get him normal memory foam pillows, so I thought I'd get him that, and started his Christmas shopping for what I'm getting him. I'm not spending a lot of money on anyone. I did see a throw/blanket that A, I wanted for me, and B, I wanted to get one for my mum, because they had a grey one which I wanted, and they had a cream one which I think I'd give to my mum, and I think they were like $12.99 or $13.99, and they were super soft, and there was only a couple left, so I might not be able to get my hands on one. Anyway, I'm going to put away the frozen food. Well, I'm going to put it all away, and then I'll get the couple of items I got from Tesco out and show you that. So most of my shopping budget got spent on a pair of boots. I think I've said to you a few times that there's some boots that I want in Tesco. There's like 3 pairs. I actually picked the pair up that I thought I wanted. They were like black slip-on boots. They looked a bit bikerish, but they were like slightly higher than ankle boots, and I only mean by like an inch or 2. And they looked really narrow, and I thought there's no way I'm going to fit my legs in them. They looked like for someone with really skinny ankles. So I didn't get them even though I wanted them. And my second choice was like no, and I ended up getting the ones that I've wanted since September. They're originally 30 and I got 25% off, and I'll show you them last. But basically I didn't have any money for toilet roll, and I need to go back and get toilet roll tomorrow. So I got this pack of black puddings for my dad. He wanted the sausage, but they didn't have the sausage, so I got in them. I got in 2 packs of the cheese oat cakes for £0 off for £1. This is all I got my dog this week. I'm going to see what money I've got left and see after the toilet roll what I can pick up. I got my dad 2 litre bottles of Pepsi Max, because that's all I can afford. And I got myself 2 1.75 litres of Pepsi Max Cherry. And these are the boots. The black, they look like they're leather, they've got a chunky heel, they've got a fake strap, and then they've got a zip in the middle. I know that I didn't show you very well, but this is a pair of boots, and I've liked these for ages. I've been waiting for them to go down because they've reduced a couple of their items recently. There's like 2 pairs of boots that have gone down to 20 from 30. One that's gone down to 15 from 20, so I was hoping that would happen with these, and it didn't. I do prefer the other ones, but these remind me of police boots. Hi Mark, Inspector Mark, can I join the police please? And try them on, hopefully they'll fit. So yeah, that was like 30 something pounds, and I ran out of money. I made sure I left enough for McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken and a Pizza Hut. So I'm going to show you what I got from B&M. I'm actually impressed with the price for what I got. $12.37. Oh, I thought it was $13.37. Really well. So every time I go in, I smell the Fabulosa. You know, the ones that look like Zaflora but they're not Zaflora, and I've never liked any of them. The last 3 times I've been in, they've started to get the sprays in, and they've got like a unicorn one and something else. And I was looking at them at the back, I could see a label that was different to the other ones. I thought, oh, what's at the back? And someone had put this at the back out the way, probably for one of their friends or for someone else to have. And I found it, and it smells like Method. If you've ever had the wild rhubarb Method, this is what it smells like. And I love Method. I've actually got a bottle. Hold on. You might as well have a look at my Method. My Method is there. And I really use it because at the moment I'm using Flash. I've just touched the washing up liquid. So I've got my Aldi washing up liquid, that's actually quite good. I've got my Tesco, which is quite thin but it smells nice. Got my Method cleaner. This is my favourite bathroom cleaner. I need to take it upstairs because it ran out the other day when I went to clean the bath today. I had to use the spray version. So this is what it smells like. This is £3. And this is gorgeous. And there's my other favourite spray. That's my Marks and Spencer's one, which is like 90p. So, oh god, I actually did bring it over. So, yeah, I'm going to give it a go. It's only £1 and it's half a litre. So, use to fully disinfect the area, spray an area to be clean, leave for 5 minutes and wipe. This was chilled, I was meant to have it but I haven't. I got that and it was £1 and then when I was in Tesco it was reduced to 75p. But never mind, something a bit different. I got some Joy Fills, which I've never had before, they were 39p. I got the original ones of them before as a gift. So I got these, but I think I'm going to get some for myself because I love the sound with the peppermint centre. The 6-pack of crisps, because every time I wanted crisps this week I didn't have any. I got the Frosted Berry Candy Canes. I got the Maltesers and Friends selection box. Could do with a few more of them. I got the Winter Minky. I think it's the Christmas Minky. Well, I think it's called the Winter Minky. That doesn't feel like a normal Minky. If you've got a Minky, you'll know it. I mean, a different material. I reckon that would rip easily, to be honest. Like a normal, even that's not as good as it once was. We noticed Mrs. Hinch never uses a Minky anymore. But yeah, that's what I got. Never thought I'd get one. I don't even use one at the moment because the original one that was in my ensuite is fallen behind the radiator and it's a nightmare to get out, so I've not even tried. And I do have another one that I've not opened. I actually gave one to, do you know, the girl who sold me the Dodgy Get Well sent me those really badly made candles and then harassed me online and lied about me and had hundreds of people harassing me. I sent her one. That's how nice I am. Not after she harassed me, obviously, before I knew she was a psychopath. Mulled wine spice because I want to make some mulled wine. There's 6 sachets in there and it says bottle of red wine, water, brown sugar. So I need some brown sugar and 2 sachets of this. I'm very interested. They did have a kit and it had a bottle of wine, some spice and 2 glasses in. Really nice festive glasses and it was $6.99 and because I didn't know I didn't have much money, I didn't get it. But if I've got any money in the week, I'm going to go back and get it. It was also on the top shelf. I got a Dr. Pepper for tomorrow. I got this because it was 50p and I drink Cherry Pepsi Max. And that is it. I can move it all to wherever it needs to go and I can sit down with a cold drink at 11 p.m. My star keeps falling down. I'm going to quickly show you the food because I'm super hungry. I've only had one meal today and it was my main meal. But I've just picked this up. It's on offer for £2.50. I've seen it quite a few times. It's a lighter version, so we'll see how good it is or how bad. These were like 80p or less. I normally get the more expensive eggs, but I've literally just emptied my emergency money to be able to go to the shop, and now I've got absolutely nothing left. So I got them because my dad left me with 1 egg, and then I ate it, so I have no eggs left. I got this pizza, which was on offer for 93p. I was going to make a vegan chili tomorrow and I needed some peppers. I think that's all I needed to get and I forgot, and then I got distracted by this pizza, which I'm pretty sure I'll like anyway, so I'm going to have this tomorrow. And then I'm going to hopefully get the peppers on Monday, but I don't have any money, so we'll see. If not, I do have food in the freezer. I got that natural senior for my dog because she's not had a treat for a couple of weeks. I normally have one in the cupboard, but I don't. Literally have run out of toilet rolls. I was excited to see these because normally it's white chocolate and raspberry and I don't like raspberry, so I can never get them. So I'm really happy to get these and I can't wait to try them. and there is 25% off, so I did get these for me, but I'm not going to allow myself to have them until nearer to Christmas. I get not Aldi, Tesco slippers 80% of the time. The current ones that I'm wearing that are upstairs, so I don't have them on, are from Aldi, and they're like £3.99. These are £8 and they are slightly better, but obviously if I can get Aldi ones I will. And these are for my mum. She does have smaller feet than me. They're 3 to 4, these are 5 to 6. But they were the same price. They did have some memory foam ones for £10, which wouldn't have been £10. Like they would have had £2.50 off. But they had a tag on, and lately every time I've got something with tags on, I'm keep having to take it to them to get them to take it off, instead of them watching to see if you've got tags on your clothes and stuff. They don't. So that's that, and that's all the shopping. And I'm gonna go and eat stuff because I'm hungry. I think that's a little bit better. I'm not really gonna do anything. Do you like my eyeshadow? I have not blended it. I've definitely not blended my eyeshadow. I was doing what I've been normally doing, but then I used a brush that had a darker colour on that I've not been using. So then I ended up doing this purple. This wasn't planned because I put this on. This is what I lounge around the house in. I put this on when I came home, because you would have seen I've done a food haul. But I definitely need to blend my eyeshadow if I'm going to ever do this. I mean, I've been out the house like this, looking like I've been punched in the eyes, because I haven't blended it. Like, this is okay, it's just this upper colour that is not blended. I am not used to liquid lipsticks, but I bought a pack of 3 sleek ones because of an offer for £3 instead of £6, and I liked the shade that I've got on the most, but it's a lot darker than I thought it would be. I have put 2 coats of it, so it's potentially made it darker than what it would be normally. And there's a darker shade which I thought would come out this colour, and then there's a metallic matte as well, and I had this shade on earlier with the metallic on top and it looked good. I'm not very good with dark colours on my lips because A, it makes them look smaller for a start off. I'd probably feel more comfortable if I'd put like a lighter shade in the middle. And if I blended my bloody eyeshadow, I'd be happy then. But I'm just playing around with makeup at the moment. Like, I've got my Jeffree Star Shane Dawn Sun palette on. My hair was only washed yesterday, but it's just looking very greasy and dark. So I've got my Jeffree Star palette on, I've got my new sleek lipstick on, I've got my new mascara on, which I'll be honest is not the best, but sometimes when you get new mascaras, the first 2 or 3 goes on it doesn't work as well, so I'll see how I get on. And I've got the illuminating drops mixed with my foundation, but I don't really see too much difference. I mean, my face, I mean, this is normally shimmery anyway because I've got a shimmery blush, so I don't know if there's much difference. I didn't feel like they were amazing illuminating drops, but because I used £5.99 of my shopping budget, well, £12 if you count the mascara, I'm gonna have to use it because I didn't even buy any fresh food for myself yesterday.